Well, hey guys, I am just back from Singapore, so I got the beautiful sunset, but I couldn't share it with you. And today is wisdom numbers 27. Be focused on who you spend time with. Right, so maybe this is going to be the opposite of what you're expecting. I hear people all the time, and I'm having conversations with people all the time, and the message is in a capitalist world that we should hang around people that we aspire to be like. So if you want to be successful, hang around successful people. If you want to be rich, hang around rich people. And it's usually around some sort of a benefit for self sort of message. And I've been talking to lots of people about this, right? And I like hanging around successful people. I like hanging around rich people. But I also like hanging around people who are not considered rich. I like hanging around people who are really, really, really poor and they're living in a shack. I love hanging around people who are complex, brilliant, simple, wise, quiet, noisy. I love people who are crazy and love to have a party. And I love people who don't. Across all dimensions of life, I have found that if you want to be careful about, who you spend time with, it's about spending time with every possible variation of humanity. Catholics, Muslims, Hindus, Druze, Zoroastrians, Buddhists, shamans, people with black skin all the way through to white skin and everything in between. People who are believers, people who aren't believers, people who are spiritual, people who are practical, whatever it is. Because I sort of think the people who are hearing the message, if you want to be successful, hang out with successful people, well, that's great. But if you want to be successful, then you've also got to hang out with people who failed and succeeded again. You've got to hang out with people who have failed, however we define that in society, and then maybe they haven't come back from that, and learn the lessons that they've got to offer us too. Rich, poor, everything in between. I mean, there's so many different dimensions to being a human being. And my recommendation to people is, if you want to be successful, if you want to be heard, if you want to be a thought leader, if you want to set up a successful business, then the only way that you can really achieve that is to be focused in the people that you spend time with. Because all of humanity is a potential target audience for anything that anyone wants to do today, right? So if you want to change people's minds, you can't change the mind of a person you've never been exposed to. People with really different ideas or fundamental ways of thinking about things. People who think in a way that you can't even comprehend because it's so different to your own way of being. So my recommendation, my wisdom 27, is that if you want to live a great life, whether it's success or happiness or whatever, there's so many different goals that we can all have, then be focused in who you spend time with. And that's not a type of person. I think half the problem we've got in the world at the moment is there's too many of us living inside these echo chambers where we all agree with each other, and we need to get outside of our echo chambers. So, there you go. Wisdom number 27. Be focused who you spend time with. See you tomorrow.